Episode 3 of Pigeons on Casserole. Short story. From where we left off. Kurt, you won't leave me. You don't want to, do you, Kurt? Kurt could not meet her eyes. Naturally not. The boy had made his first friend, an American, and he was happy at this. His first step, his own, in a strange land. I don't care, he mumbled, ashamed of the tension, ashamed to look at his mother. She could not even read the disappointment in his face, so happy was she for the bare, unwilling words. You see, she said to me, Kurt does not wish to go. If he could not face his mother, I, his father, must and could. I'm afraid it's too late for Kurt to change his mind. I accepted for him, I said. They leave in a few days from the Vanderdorn estate outside of Philadelphia. It's my fault, I know, but I had not the time to consult you, and so I took the responsibility in my own hands. No, this is my time with Kurt, she began all over again. You promised it when I allowed you to take him away to school. Don't you remember, Richard? You promised me the summer with him. Of course I had promised it, but that was before he went off to school, before he knew any boy his own age. Would she never realize that we were beggars, opportunists, who must seize every advantage as it comes? That's all I asked of you this summer, she went on, her voice rising. I must have something. I really could not understand her. So suddenly had this happened, so completely without cause, this hysteria. How could she, his mother, be anything but happy that her son at last had an opportunity and a friend of his own in this strange land? It's hard enough for him. He speaks English with an accent and all that. Why burden him further with father, mother, with love? Women have the greed of spoiled children. They will break the world rather than yield this self-centered thing they call happiness. The senseless, the insane ego. Even revolution, homelessness, the death of a whole world teaches them nothing. Ah, what a business I went through with her. It's only this summer. A few weeks, I said. Why take it so seriously? Oh, no, I know better, she said, staring away with a terrible sadness in her eyes. I have lost him. I have lost him forever. He's only going away for a few weeks of fun, I said. You would not deny that to Kurt, would you? What else is there for him this summer? Be sensible, I urged her. You were not brought up to be a housekeeper. It will be much more comfortable for you not to have to prepare meals on time for a big, hungry boy. And it will be better for Kurt. He could not possibly bring a friend here. To all that she nodded an abstracted agreement, for even she knew that his social life must never enter this house, with its kitchen filled with old golf bags, gloves, hats, junk. In summer, flies, soiled dishes always standing about. Kurt must go on with his life he had started so well in boarding school. I would see ahead and work it out for him, and that would, in any capital of Europe, be his by right of birth and family connection for hundreds of years back, must be carefully managed in America. Eugenie and I had come through the first part, the homelessness, the despair, in agreement and fortitude now. If only I could persuade her to be reasonable about Kurt's future. Boys need lots of good food, I said, at regular intervals. You can't even cook, why should you? But I'm learning, she said, and brightened up. The squabs, aren't they delicious? My poor Eugenie, I said. That is once in a life, but string beans in the pot without water, remember? I laughed. No, no, you are neither housekeeper nor cook. Thank God. I saw immediately that I had gone too far. Her eyes filled with tears. She looked across at the remains of the bird on my plate, at the bird untouched on Kurt's and hers also barely stabbed at, and then she turned her head away. I did not dare look toward Kurt. Too bad that she must see and hear all this. But what is one to do? That is life. And what could I say? Sometimes it's easier to say soothing words to a stranger than to a woman you have been married to so long that certain kinds of sentiment are false, no matter how much you love her. We sat there, all of us, carefully not looking at each other. I am utterly to blame, I said, and I am sorry. It would be most embarrassing because of certain business plans to withdraw Kurt now. I dare not afford such whims. After this, I swear to you, I will make no more plans without consulting you. After this, we shall all be together, always. Trust me, Eugenie. Trust? At last she looked directly into my eyes. Trust you? She said with her eyes blazing. You boulevardier. It was frightful in all these years. Whatever she knew or guessed, it had never been acknowledged by word or glance, no matter what the provocation. Then suddenly this. How could she do it to Kurt, or to me for that matter? Sometimes people go away right in front of you. Their eyes turn inward and go staring within, and you cannot tell what land that they are living in or what thoughts make their mouths twitch in that strange way. When they look out at you again, it is with the eyes of a stranger, an implacable enemy. And we will leave it there. Pigeons on Casserole. Thanks for watching.